A new era in air combat. After decades of research, billions of dollars in investment, and years of quiet planning, Britain has officially entered the race for sixth-generation fighter jets. This is not just a project. It is a statement to the world, a declaration that Britain will not be left behind in the future of warfare. The name of this project is Tempest, a jet designed to dominate the skies of tomorrow, a war machine built with stealth, artificial intelligence, advanced weaponry, and revolutionary technology. But what makes Tempest truly special is not just its design or its speed. It's the story behind it. Because Tempest is not just about building an aircraft. It's about defending a legacy, securing a nation's future, and sending a clear message to global powers like the United States, China, and Russia. The legacy of the name Tempest. The word Tempest carries history with it. During the darkest days of World War II, when Nazi Germany's Luftwaffe dominated skies, Britain introduced the Hawker Tempest. It was faster, stronger, and deadlier than its predecessor, the Typhoon. The Tempest became one of the most powerful weapons in Britain's arsenal, helping the Allies take back control of the air. Today, history is repeating itself. The Royal Air Force once again relies on the Typhoon, this time the Eurofighter Typhoon. But just like in the 1940s, the Typhoon's time is running out. And once again, the Tempest is being prepared to take its place. Only this time, it is not a propeller-driven warplane. It is a stealth fighter designed to operate in a world of satellites, drones, cyber warfare, and artificial intelligence. This connection to the past gives the project both meaning and weight. The name Tempest is not just about the aircraft. It is about Britain's determination to always rise when challenged. Why Tempest was born. To understand why Tempest is so important, we need to go back to 2016, Brexit. After Britain left the European Union, the balance of aerospace power shifted. France became the EU's leading voice in defense aviation, pushing ahead with its own projects. Britain, suddenly outside the EU framework, could not afford to fall behind. The solution was bold: build a fighter jet that would not only replace the Eurofighter Typhoon, but also secure Britain's role as a global aerospace leader for the next 50 years. The 2015 Strategic Defense Review had already identified the need for next-generation air power. By 2017, Britain was in talks with Japan to share fighter technology. And then in 2018, Defense Secretary Gavin Williamson revealed the combat air strategy, officially announcing that the UK would not just keep up with the competition, it would lead. At the Farnborough Air Show that same year, the world saw the first full-scale mock-up of the Tempest. Its sharp lines, delta wings, and futuristic design stunned the audience. It was clear that Britain was serious. The message was simple. Britain was back in the race, and it was aiming high. The team behind Tempest. No single company can build a jet like this. That is why Britain assembled a dream team of defense giants. BAE Systems, one of the world's most advanced aerospace companies, is leading the project. Rolls-Royce, known for building some of the best jet engines in history, is developing revolutionary power plants for Tempest. Leonardo UK, a specialist in sensors and avionics, is designing radar and electronic systems that will allow Tempest to see and strike before the enemy even knows it's there. And MBDA, a leader in missile technology, is developing the next generation of weapons that Tempest will carry. Together, they form what is known as Team Tempest, a coalition of innovation, combining Britain's best engineers, scientists, and defense experts with international partners like Italy, Sweden, and Japan. The UK government pledged more than $2.6 billion just for the early development stages of the program, with billions more expected as the project moves into production. This is not just about defense. It is about jobs, technology, and economic power. Tempest is expected to support tens of thousands of highly skilled jobs in Britain, ensuring that the country remains at the cutting edge of aerospace engineering for decades to come. Britain's future. So when we talk about Tempest, we are not just talking about a fighter jet. We are talking about a vision for the future, a project that combines history, ambition, and cutting-edge science. From the skies of World War II to the digital battlefields of the 21st century, the Tempest carries the same message: Britain will not be left behind. Design of tomorrow. When you first look at Tempest, It is not just another fighter jet. It looks like it was pulled straight out of the future. Its sleek shape, sharp edges, and blended body design scream stealth. Unlike older jets, Tempest has a delta wing configuration with smooth, sweeping lines. Every inch of its surface is engineered to deflect radar waves, making it nearly invisible to enemy detection. Traditional fighters like the F-16 or even the Eurofighter Typhoon rely heavily on speed and maneuverability. Tempest, however, relies on something far more powerful: stealth and information dominance. The fuselage is built with advanced composite materials and 3D printed parts, making it both lighter and stronger than its predecessors. This modular design means that different parts of the jet can be swapped, upgraded, or replaced without having to rebuild the entire aircraft. It's like a fighter jet built for the digital age, constantly adaptable and always ready for the next threat. Cockpit of the future. Step inside Tempest, and you won't find traditional dials and switches. Instead, the cockpit is designed as a digital battle space. Augmented reality helmets will replace the need for physical dashboards. Pilots will see a 360-degree view of the battlefield projected directly into their visors. But here's where it gets even more advanced. Tempest will come with an AI co-pilot. This artificial intelligence will analyze data, predict threats, and even take control of certain systems when a human pilot is overloaded. Imagine a machine that can fly, fight, and think alongside you. This AI system is not just a feature. It is a revolution. In future wars, the side that can process information the fastest will win. Tempest is built around this philosophy: speed, stealth, and superior intelligence. A drone commander in the sky. Tempest is not designed to fight alone. One of its most groundbreaking features is its ability to control drones in combat. These drones, sometimes called loyal wingmen, will fly alongside the jet, acting as scouts, decoys, or even additional weapons platforms. The pilot of Tempest will command these drones through secure data links, sending them ahead to gather intelligence, jam enemy radars, or launch missile strikes. This changes the rules of air combat completely. Instead of one jet versus another, the future battlefield will be one pilot commanding an entire network of unmanned systems. This makes Tempest not just a fighter jet, but the centerpiece of an entire combat ecosystem. Advanced weapon systems. What about firepower? Tempest is expected to carry a wide range of next-generation weapons developed by MBDA. This includes beyond visual range air-to-air missiles, precision-guided bombs, and possibly even directed energy weapons like lasers. Laser weapons may sound like science fiction, but for Tempest, they are a real possibility. A high-energy laser could disable enemy aircraft, drones, or incoming missiles at the speed of light. Combine this with hypersonic missiles currently in development, and Tempest becomes one of the most dangerous aircraft ever imagined. And here's the most incredible part. Tempest will be designed with open systems architecture. That means its software and hardware can be updated much like a smartphone. As new weapons are developed, Tempest will be able to integrate them seamlessly. This ensures that the jet will never become outdated, even decades after its first flight. The power behind the machine. Of course, no fighter jet is complete without its engines, and this is where Rolls-Royce comes in. The Tempest will feature a brand new engine designed not only for extreme speed and agility, but also for energy generation. Why energy generation? Because advanced weapons like lasers and electronic warfare systems require massive amounts of power. The new engines will be capable of producing electricity far beyond that of any current fighter jet. This allows Tempest to operate its weapons, sensors, and AI systems without compromise. In simple terms, this jet is not just built to fly. It is built to power the battlefield. Stealth beyond radar. Most people think stealth means just avoiding radar, but Tempest takes it to the next level. It will use advanced electronic warfare systems to blind enemy radars, jam communications, and even feed false information into enemy networks. This concept is sometimes called digital stealth. Even if the enemy detects something, they won't know whether it's real or a decoy. Combine that with its radar-absorbing skin, low-heat engine signature, and drone swarm support, and you have a jet that can move like a ghost through hostile airspace. The truth is, in future wars, invisibility will not come from hiding. It will come from overwhelming the enemy with too much information. Tempest is designed exactly for that. A revolution, not just an upgrade. All of these features make one thing clear. Tempest is not just an upgrade of the Typhoon. It is a revolution in how fighter jets are designed, built, and used. From AI co-pilots and drone control to modular weapons and digital stealth, Tempest represents a complete transformation of air combat. It is not just about flying faster or higher. It is about fighting smarter. In the skies of the 2030s, battles will not be won by who has the most planes. They will be won by who has the most intelligent, most adaptable, and most connected systems. Tempest is Britain's answer to that challenge. The power of global partnerships. Tempest may be a British-led project, but it is far from a solo effort. The United Kingdom understood that building a sixth-generation fighter jet will require not just national expertise, but international collaboration. That's why the program quickly expanded into a global alliance. Italy joined through its aerospace giant Leonardo, bringing world-class experience in avionics and sensors. Sweden entered with Saab, contributing its unique knowledge in cost-effective fighter design, gained from the Gripen program. And most recently, Japan has signed on, merging its own advanced fighter jet ambitions with Britain's Tempest program. This international coalition means Tempest is not just Britain's future, it is Europe and Asia's shared future as well. Together, these nations are pooling resources, sharing technology, and creating a fighter jet that represents the cutting edge of aerospace innovation. But there's more to this partnership. It is also a political statement. At a time when global tensions are rising, these countries are sending a clear message. They will not rely solely on American technology, nor will they fall behind Russian or Chinese advancements. They are creating their own independent path in the skies of the future. The cost of tomorrow's war machine. Of course, building the most advanced fighter jet in history does not come cheap. The Tempest project is estimated to cost tens of billions of pounds over its lifetime. For a country like Britain, this is a massive financial commitment. Critics argue that the money could be better spent elsewhere, on healthcare, infrastructure, or education. But supporters of Tempest believe this project is not just about defense. It is about economic growth. The program is expected to create over 20,000 jobs in the United Kingdom alone, many of them in high-tech sectors like artificial intelligence, robotics, and aerospace engineering. It will also secure Britain's place in the global defense industry, ensuring that the country remains at the forefront of military technology. In other words, Tempest is not just a fighter jet. It is an investment in the future of Britain's economy, workforce, and global influence. From concept to reality. Right now, Tempest exists as a concept in a series of prototypes. Engineers and scientists across Europe and Japan are working tirelessly to test new materials, engines, and software. The goal is ambitious, to have the first operational Tempest jets flying by 2035. That may sound like the distant future, but in the world of defense technology, it is practically tomorrow. The production plan is equally bold. By using digital engineering and 3D printing, Tempest aims to reduce development time dramatically. Instead of building dozens of expensive prototypes, engineers are creating digital twins, virtual versions of the jet that can be tested, modified, and perfected before a single physical model is built. If this approach works, it will not only make Tempest cheaper to develop, but it could also revolutionize how all future aircraft are designed and produced. The race against time. But Britain and its partners are not alone in this race. Around the world, other nations are developing their own sixth-generation fighters. The United States has its next-generation air dominance program. China is already pushing the limits with its J-20 and rumored future stealth designs. Russia continues to experiment with its Su-57 and beyond. The skies of the future will not be dominated by one nation. They will be contested by many. The question is, who will get there first, and who will do it better? For Britain, Tempest is not just about keeping up. It is about leading. If successful, it will give the UK and its allies a decisive edge in the wars of tomorrow. A vision of the future. So, what does all of this mean for the world? Tempest is more than just an aircraft. It is a symbol of a new era. It shows how nations can come together to build something greater than themselves. It shows how technology, from artificial intelligence to advanced manufacturing, is changing not just how we fight wars, but how we prepare for them. And it shows that even in an uncertain world, innovation remains humanity's most powerful weapon. In the end, Tempest is not just about Britain's defense. It is about inspiring the next generation of engineers, scientists, and innovators. It is about creating a future where technology serves as both shield and sword. And when the Tempest finally takes to the skies in 2035, it will not just be a fighter jet. It will be a flying declaration that Britain and its allies are ready for the future. The sky awaits. The story of Tempest is still being written. For now, it is a promise, a glimpse of the battles to come and the technology that will shape them. Some see it as an expensive gamble. Others see it as a bold step into the future. But one thing is certain. Tempest is not just an aircraft. It is a vision, a symbol, and perhaps the greatest leap in military aviation of the 21st century. The sky awaits, and soon, Tempest will rise to meet it. Asterisk, the story of Tempest is still being written. Some call it an expensive gamble. Others, a bold step into the unknown. But one truth remains. Tempest is not just a fighter jet. It is a vision, a symbol of intelligence, adaptability, and power in the skies of tomorrow. When it rises in 2035, it will not simply take flight. It will declare to the world that Britain and its allies are ready. Ready to defend, ready to lead, ready for the future. The sky awaits, and Tempest will rise to meet it. Asterisk,